Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about some of what's going on, or what I think is going to happen in 2021 now that the Bidencrats are in office. I'm going to talk about that right after this.
Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Welcome back to American Truth. Alright, so the Bidencrats have successfully accomplished the White House. Many people know that the election results were probably not actually legitimate. But we're going to skip all that because all the sensitive Sallys out there want you to believe that it was legitimate. I find it hard to believe that somebody who allegedly won by 80 million votes, or had 80 million votes, and no one shows up to the rallies, no one shows up to the inauguration, no one is at the state capitals going, woo! We have 65,000 troops in Washington, D.C. for a fucking family reunion. That's all it is. Biden, Clinton, Bush, all these criminals gathered around today. And did you hear his inaugural address? I have read better material out of Dr. Seuss, okay? Because that guy, all he did was pull stuff out of the air, and then he's like on Twitter, the best, or now we get to the real work. And I'm going to tell you what that real work is. That real work is going to be dividing the country, getting in bed with China, creating more wars in the Middle East after Trump went through all that effort to create peace in the Middle East, mostly. We're going to let immigrants in, whether they're documented or not, because, everybody needs a fair chance. We all need to unite together. Bullshit. You need to follow the laws of our country. You need to come in legally. We can't afford to have 11 or 12 or 30 more million people. And if he lets 11 million have amnesty, there'll be another 11 or 20 or 40. Because Democrats believe that everybody should just come on over here. No problem. Come on in. I don't have a problem with you coming over here, but you got to go through the proper channels, as you do with every other country in the world. I can't just decide tomorrow that I'm going to get up and move to Yugoslavia. I have channels I have to go through. I have to do the proper paperwork. I have to do all kinds of stuff. I can't just go. And then Biden all of a sudden has all these answers about the pandemic. That's what it is. Why do we need a fucking vaccine for a 99% recovery rate? It's right there on the CDC website. Because they're trying to install fear. They're trying to make you afraid of any other Homo sapien. They're trying to divide the country. They're trying to create doubt. Because when in doubt, what do? Run to CNN. They're censoring speech. They're watching what you write. They're taking stuff down that doesn't agree with their leftist dyke CEO YouTube bitch opinion. They're blaming Trump for the Capitol riots when in fact that was George Soros, Antifa, BLM, and they're blaming the death of the veteran who got shot in the Capitol building. Hello? You can't just break into a government building without consequence. Show me in the Constitution where it says you can just go into somebody else's property without consequence. Just like all y'all got free speech fucked up. You are not going to be interfered with by the government if you say Joe Biden is an asshole. But if you happen to have a Bidencrat as a boss and say Biden is an asshole, he will fire you. Free speech does not come with free of consequence. You cannot just go running out talking about this and that and expect everyone to go, oh, okay. So we're going to first work on the stimulus thing, right? Because we got to buy everyone's love. That's what Bush did. Bush Jr. They're going to send out payments to everyone. They're already bitching because Biden said 2,000 and now he's saying 1,400. Hello? 1,400 plus 600 is 2,000. But the 600 didn't come from Biden. It was not his plan. That was under Trump. So all y'all need to stop giving Biden credit for the $600 that you just received and blew at Walmart. Because everyone's on Twitter yakking and complaining about, oh, well, we need our handout. We need $2,000 monthly checks retroactive because people need help. You don't need help. You need a job. Go get a job. That's what you got to do in this world. You got to get up and go to work 5 days a week. I go 7 days a week. I don't take days off. You got to get a job. You got to put yourself into society and you have to earn a living. Then, once we get the stimulus check out the way, we're going to find a country or two or three to pick on. Go to war. Mark my words, by the end of the year, we will be at war again. North Korea will ramp up their weapons. So will Russia. Russia can't stand Biden. Again, did you see the inauguration today? Who showed up? No one. Well, that's because, of the 65,000 troops. Why did you need 65,000 troops? And what were they going to do with their unloaded weapons? I have a picture I will find with Nancy Pelosi and God knows who else, surrounded by 6 Chinese troops. Chinese. Now, I know there's Chinese in the United States military, but do we have to have all Chinese? Let me see if I can find that fucking shit. Hopefully without screwing. Nah, probably not a good idea. I'll put it in the video. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you guys who wanted Biden, you're so happy. I saw it all day today. Oh, so great. We can finally breathe again. Ha. Ha. You need psychiatric care because you have no idea what's coming your way. And then at the end of 4 years, here's how dumb people are. At the end of 4 years, what's going to happen? They're going to put him back in. Because we don't want Trump. Trump brought jobs. He dealt with immigration. He dealt with the Pacific Trade Agreement. He dealt with NAFTA. He dealt with getting us out of the Paris Accord. He dealt with the Middle East crisis. He did all kinds of stuff. Was nominated 6 times for a Nobel Peace Prize. Didn't win. Obama did. He didn't do shit. He didn't do shit but show up and be black. That's it. He showed up and he was black. And he got a Peace Prize. Kamala Harris, I promise you, will be president of the United States because they will find a way to get Biden's stupid ass out. All he did today was recite stuff, Gettysburg Address, and we got to unite and all that. That was bullshit. It made me sick. Sick. Y'all out there who are leftists who call me disappointed because Trump's out of office. Hey, if it was fair and legit, I still wouldn't like the guy, but I would acknowledge the fact that he's now the president. He won by cheating. Lots of evidence out there, and it all got swept under the rug. And then when the Patriots showed up at the Capitol, which was not, they were paid protesters, like every other protest, they blamed Trump. And he had nothing to do with it. He did not one time get on TV and say, go storm the Capitol. He did not one time go on there and say, let's have violent protests at the Capitol building. And they were treating it like it was 9/11. such a catastrophe. People died. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you storm a government building. They will shoot you. You don't go storming into a bank with a gun and not expect the armed guard in there to shoot you. You cannot just do what you want because this is the US of A. You cannot do that. And that is where we're going to be going. People are going to start doing stuff and getting away with it, and they're going to start. I just, look, if you ain't got your shit ready right now, you ain't prepared, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're going to do, you're just going to sit there like a dumbass and wait for the government to tell you what to do. Bye. I'm not going to tell you to bug out. I'm not going to tell you to start stocking up, but you probably should. You probably should start getting ready for a whole new world. Because you are no longer American. You are Chinese. Because the government is going to work with China, and they're going to give the country, your country, back to China. That Trump worked so hard at taking back from China. There's no disputable fact that the virus came from China. There is no disputable fact that Obama helped fund the development of that virus. Because, yeah, we have to get people scared. That is part of the United Nations Agenda 21, 2030, reducing the population and getting the sheep in line. And the only way to do that is to separate the herd. Sheep are typically a little braver when they're all together than if they're by themselves. That's a known fact about sheep. And everyone's all happy that Biden won. But I promise you, you won't be. As soon as he starts lying to you like Obama did and every other fucking Democrat, you're going to be mad and you're going to reelect a Republican because that's what people do. Go, go back and look at all the presidents, Democrat, Democrat, Republican, Republican, Democrat, Democrat, Republican. People flip-flop. Because they don't know how to do research. They don't know how to look into stuff. They don't know how to dig deep. They just hear CNN and go, oh, that's my guy. Let me smoke a doobie. Also, before I go, start paying attention to the world. Start watching people. Look how dumb and clueless they're getting. Because this is all they know. They don't know how to say hi to people. Start saying hi to folks. Yeah, you'll get some to go, hey, how you doing? Others will look at you like, start watching the way they drive. Start looking at the dumb looks on their faces. Start walking around and looking at what people are doing. You'll see this. Pay attention. Look on the road. Watch how many times people pull out in front of you, going 10 miles an hour. This is what they want. We're separating from each other. You can't even go into a restaurant and see a family sitting around a table and having a dinner and actually conversating. They're doing this. You can thank big tech, government, all those people for putting us in a sense of dependency on technology rather than our brains. That's all I got. Stay tuned. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.